Hello and welcome to another video from oorail. So in this video we're taking a look at the new Hornby Class 66. This is OR 3747, which is Evening Star and GBRel freight livery. Now this is a special commemorative GBRel freight livery. It's Brunswick green, which if you are familiar with British Railways steam locomotives, is the same livery or color livery that the passenger steam locomotives were colored. So this is 66779, and it's actually the last Class 66 built for use in Britain. And one of the reasons why they went ahead with this livery is that way back in March 18th, 1960, they named the last British Railways steam locomotive Evening Star, and this was the last steam locomotive to be built by British Railways, and it was numbered 92220, and I actually have this loco in the model as well. It's very nice model. But you can see here this is the naming ceremony for that last loco, and so it was just a kind of a nod to that the GBRel freight went ahead with this livery. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not really renowned for my review videos. I haven't done a review video in a long time. But one thing I used to do were these quick look videos where we get locomotives in and we take a quick look at them and give you guys a quick look to see if it might be a loco you want to buy. So this is the Hornby Class 66. It's available in a bunch of different liveries. It's actually very well priced. It's priced at £67. If you're outside the EU and the UK, you can actually get it a lot cheaper. I ordered it from Hatton's and I got it for 20% less, just because I was outside the EU and outside the UK, so I didn't pay VAT on it. So at that price, it's actually a really good steal. So one thing I will tell you is that if you're looking for a high quality, very detailed model, this is not it. This really is a railroad model. Now they haven't named it railroad, and I'm guessing Hatton's might have something to do with that in terms of, it looks like they pushed this out to maybe disrupt Hatton's Class 66 that's coming out. But if you're looking for a high quality model, I would suggest waiting for the Hatton's model to come out. So one of the interesting things with this is I saw in the instructions that there are actually dual instructions for Class 59 and Class 66. Now Class 59 is actually a railroad model, so I'm guessing that it's probably, you know, they just didn't want to slap the railroad name on it. So instruction wise, they tell you how to lubricate the axles. Now I will tell you that this ran, when I ran it in, worked fine one way. The other way started to squeak about halfway through, so I did end up having to lubricate the axles. Has some minor buffer beam detail, NEM couplings. It's DCC ready, and it's got this easy to remove case. You just pull it apart and it opens up. So yeah, so let's just take a look at the loco. So this is it. It's not a bad model. It is railroaded, even though they don't call it railroad. It basically is a railroad model. It has some degree of features on it. All the features are molded in as part of the body shell. So you can see here, it's kind of got a ribbed effect here, and that's unfortunately impacted the print. So you can see there the print really isn't a very good quality because of this. They've tried to apply it to this, which is probably why they've included nameplates. And maybe because they've included these nameplates, they've decided that it doesn't merit the railroad branding, but I can tell you that it does. Detail wise, it does not have sprung buffers. It just has molded on plastic buffers. It does have an NEM coupling though. The biggest letdown is the fact that it has no lights. And for the price, you wouldn't really expect lights, but the low cost of LEDs these days would have been a nice touch, especially since it's on some of the non-railroad, slightly similarly priced locos like the Class 153. So it's a bit weird that they didn't try to be a little bit more competitive, but then again they did kind of do some cutthroat pricing, I think, on this. So here you can see that's just painted on. Now, one of the projects I'm looking at doing is I'm going to take the body shell off and basically drill out these holes where the lights are, and put some surface mount LEDs, wire them back into the motor, and you'll get directional lighting from it. So it is kind of a cool project loco, especially for the price. But if you're expecting something out of the box that's going to have lights and bells and whistles, this is definitely not it. My advice would be that if you're looking for a loco to add to a train set, maybe you have a young child, maybe 6 or older, you want them to have a loco that they can add to their train set and play with and not worry about too much. This is probably a pretty good one. There's no real detail that can come off other than maybe the buffers if you hit it hard enough. The ladder here is even molded into the steps are molded into the bogie. Everything is basically molded in all across the board here, as you can see from that. So there really isn't too much detail. You have some molded on options on top here, some vents, and that really is about it. You can sort of see some piping and some detailing here, but that's all molded in as well. The paint application on the livery is actually not bad. The green is pretty good, and the white logo is kind of standing out on it. Likewise, you can see these are all just printed on. So you have the British Railways insignia, and it's not too bad. You can kind of make it out. GBRf rates pretty crisp there, so it's not too bad. In terms of running, runs okay. One of the problems I had is I ran it one way and it worked fine running it back in the reverse direction, though it started to squeak, so I ended up having to lubricate each of the axles here in order to get it to stop doing that. But other than that, it worked pretty well. So while we're at it, might as well just try to open it up and see if we can take a look inside. I haven't actually opened this, so I might be a little unhappy with it. So here you can see on the inside it is really basic, right? So you got some 3M tape with a massive amount of weights. I don't know if you can see in there. It's been glued down. It's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 6 decent sized metal weights. I don't know if you can see in there or not. But yeah, there's like multiple. If I turn it this way, you see inside. You can see there. It's got multiple weights that have been kind of glued together. It's got this little plastic piece that seems to clip. It's supposed to clip in there, maybe. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of lopsided, but it looks like it's designed to fit into these clips. And if I spin it around, you can see that it's not really fitting in there because of the way it's kind of like half locked. You can see that it's kind of like at an angle. And it looks like it's because you can't clip in because there we go. It's like just the way the plastic is molded, it can't really clip in there. But it's not a big deal. You got your DCC plug there, and your wiring back in here, and then you got your cab detailing here. So you could probably paint this, put driver in there or something. Just definitely the wiring's pretty thin, but can definitely wire up some surface mount LEDs. If we look on the inside here, looks like the top piece of the lens, there's a hole there, so I can drill that through, and it looks like the lights are down this end. So if you saw that one right there, you can drill through and put an LED in there, and then we'll drill through the case here at the bottom and get the lights in there as well. So that's not too bad. You can sort of see inside. It's real basic though. Pickups and stuff. Looks like there's some pickups on this axle. Doesn't look like there's any on this middle axle here. at least on just on one side, and that kind of almost looks like a traction tire. That is a traction tire. Wow. Okay, so there's a traction tire on here and a traction tire on here, and then some pickups on that. On the other end, there's some pretty decent pickups on this end. So it's not. So in terms of the motor is in this section here. It looks like it's riveted on with a plastic pan into the top part here with the cabling run through. It's all a sealed unit. Looking down in on it though, it kind of looks like you can sort of see down in through there the pickups going into the motor, and then there's some pickups on the other side as well. But all in all, it's not too bad. Motor kind of looks like a next generation sealed ring field. I don't know if you can see in there. Probably need some better lighting in order to show you that, but it definitely is cheap. But you know, for the price, it's not too bad. It's not like you're paying a premium. And it snaps together pretty easily. Alright, so now that that's back together, we'll show it to you. So just looking at some of the other detail, here on the front, it's going to probably be hard to see it on the camera there, but basically there's some horn detailing there that's actually got a mesh in front of it. That's actually pretty decent. This here looks like it's the actual extra piece on the front, these railings. Other than that, the windshield wipers are molded there onto the glass. Alright, so we're gonna go show it to you running all out, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Okay, so we're over on the layout. Got it on the track here. Lighting's a little bit better here, so you might be able to make out the mesh thing I was talking about up there. Like I said, the windshield wipers are kind of molded onto that, and you know, there's obviously no lights or anything like that. NEM coupling isn't a bad touch there. So anyway, let's go and see if this thing wants to run. Yeah. Would help to put it on the track though. So one thing I mentioned earlier, I don't know if I mentioned this in the video, but the center bogie here, the center wheel, is kind of loose. It's kind of like the old class 37s and class 40s that Hornby used to produce, where that center unattached wheel would kind of be a problem. So you saw there, it kind of just didn't want to behave. Now this is with the Hammett Morgan controller, and it's running with the high resistance, but you can see there it's actually not a bad motor. It's about as slow as I can get it. And remember, this is running off a DC, right? It's not DCC. You'll have to excuse the mess here on the layout. Got a whole bunch of things going on. You can see there, it'll run pretty slowly. So not bad at all. Again, this is with the high resistant mode on. If I turn the high resistant mode off, without that resistance, this thing will go pretty fast. And maybe a quick demonstration. If you can see there, going pretty quick. So that's like 0 to like 80 mile an hour probably one play. So that's why we put on the low resistance or high resistance, and get better close control out of it. Alright, so I'm going to go and attach one of these wagons to the Cooper. so there you have it. That's the Class 66 from Hornby. It's not a bad model, and like I said, it's a good little project logo if you want to add some lighting to something, do some weathering, or I think I can maybe even 3D print some better details for it, so might use that as a Logo Works Wednesday project. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of side shots of the logo, and like I said, if you want something that's a little more detailed, I'd wait for the Hatton's model. But like I said, if you need some extra Class 66s on the cheap, this is a good way to do it.